We interrupt our program to bring you this important message.
Yo, it's Remember the Show. Slick with the flows, where the sparring can go. Who's gonna be on, man, you never will know. Guess you better tune in, cause we live from Chicago. Belal Muhammad, that's the king of the tweets. Jason Anik looks like Jon, step his hands to his feet. Every Thursday, we gon' give you a treat. It's Remember the Show, hit play and repeat. And retweet, and retweet, and retweet. And retweet, it's Remember the Show, hit play and repeat.
Yeah, that's right. Remember the Show, 145, flanked by a couple of UFC welterweights. You know Belal Muhammad, but we're joined by Ramiz Brahimaj. 5 days off a first round finish. Billy Ray Goff. Dude, great stuff. Congratulations. Appreciate you being with us right out of the gate. How are you, bro?
Feeling great, man. Feeling even better now that I could kick off Remember the Show with all of you guys, man.
Well, dude, 5 short days ago, you get the short notice opponent, Billy Ray Goff. It was supposed to be Obon Elliott. Vegas didn't give you any respect in either fight, but good for you. Big dub. How you feeling 5 days out? Talk to us a little bit about what happened 5 days ago.
And I feel good. You know, Belal, we were going over the guillotine in Chicago. And, you know, he's like, hey, just hit it this way. And I was like, all right, man. He's like, you're going to put him to sleep. He's like, but what I want you to do is I want you to do a very violent finish. He's like, I want to make sure that his head hits the mat like this. And I was like, hey, you got it, man. Sure thing, Belal. Let's do it.
Bully, how you
That's
feeling?
exactly what happened. He called it.
Bro, feeling good, man. Excited. Man, I told you guys, man, like, we were just talking about it earlier, like, just the line on it before the fight, I was like, it made no sense at it. But I think now people are starting to realize how good Ramiz is, right? People are starting to realize he knocked out Mickey Gall, and now he put this guy to sleep. And jiu-jitsu is his world. That's where he's best at. But he's getting better on the feet. He's getting better, more comfortable in the cage. And I think that more of these finishes are going to happen. That's 2 back-to-back bonuses for him. So you got to live on one now. So now he's like, he doesn't have to work Uber no more. He could just chill, relax, and train.
I'm still going to be flying Frontier Airlines first class, though. So. I don't really care what nobody tells me.
Yeah, right. Like I got Dean Thomas trying to convince me that flying in the front of the Spirit airline planes is all right. Dean, nah, I can't do it. But Ramiz, I mean, gotta feel great. Like in the last sort of calendar year since last May, 3 fights, you know, obviously you had to take some time off for different things in the past. So to be active like this and coming off a win, I'm sure you're feeling great and can continue to sort of keep the train rolling.
For sure, you know, 100%. I think I contribute a lot of it to the mental space and the mind space that I'm in now. And, you know, you pair that with with the kind of training that I've been getting, you know. Like I said earlier, I mean, a lot of these lines and stuff are crazy to me. It's like, you know, I think people just forget or they just don't know that I train with like the best guys in the world. You know what I mean? And I mean, dude, my last 2 camps, you see what I've done, you know, and I mean, people were saying, oh yeah, he doesn't know how to strike, he doesn't know how to do this. As soon as I got to Chicago, we put on a surgical performance against Mickey Gall. It wasn't one of those, oh, where a grappler just learns an overhand right, you know. I made sure it was going to be a surgical performance, you know. It's stuff that me and Belal had talked about, and then I go in there in this fight too. I get the late notice opponent, you know. It's all respect to Obon Elliott, but the same fate was waiting for him Saturday night, just as it waited Billy Ray Goff. No, I'm being honest. You know, I'm not talking crap. I'm just being 100%. I don't know if it's because I've been hanging around Belal too much or what, but I kind of gotten better at crawling under people's skin a little bit. You know what I mean? So.
I love it, bro. And I do think you are a little slept on because of some of that time off, right? And which was no fault of your own, but good on you, bro. And, you know, when you talk about the betting lines, right? Obon Elliott definitely on a nice streak and was a pretty big favorite. But even to have Billy Ray Goff be a favorite like this, but it sort of is what it is, bro. You keep doing that. I can be sure you ain't going to be a dog like that in your next fight.
I hope I am. Listen, you guys keep making money. I mean, the only regret that I have is that I didn't post my Zelle and my Cash App and all that stuff on my Instagram. You know what I mean? Because then I could have bought some weed brownies for me and Dewey.
Yeah, none of those for Bully B, you can be sure. So So, Bully, we'll get into some topics. Ramiz, you can get in. Ramiz, one thing I will say about Oban Elliott, he pronounced your last name perfectly when he was sort of announcing that he couldn't be in the fight. So I was like, all right, Oban, like, mad respect for that. Brahimaj, right? And a lot of people throw up all over themselves trying to pronounce your name.
Yeah, no, I got listen, man. A lot of respect for Oban, though. Seriously, I think he's a hell of a competitor, and you know, maybe down the road we get to share the cage, and I definitely think it's going to be fireworks when we fight each other.
Well, maybe down the road you can get better internet because your audio is trash.
Yeah, Ramiz, bounce out and come back in.
I go and come back in because your audio is terrible. You're still on dial-up internet.
There we go. Bully B looking fresh, looking lean. So we'll get to you in one of our topics, but let's start, right? First topic of the day, and Ramiz can get in where he fits. So no main event last Saturday night. Macy Barber, Aaron Field. So Macy missed weight, which I guess is part of it, maybe not part of it, but you know, scratched at the last minute, warming up in the back, some sort of seizure, whatever it may be. Just to read you quickly Macy's quote, via, I think it was on Helwani's show, quote, "The rehydration was fine. Everything was great. I felt good on fight day. And then I was warming up. And to be honest, warming up. Then I remember being in the back of an ambulance, and that's all I really remember." So to me, Bully, first of all, it sounds like she blacked out, like she doesn't remember this, right? And so I hope she's okay. Not many answers yet, but, you know, I felt like it was just a big miss overall for the women's game. You know what I mean? To not get that fight, but I hope Macy's okay.
Yeah, that was one of the fights you were looking forward to, right? Especially for Shevchenko. She was sitting in the front row. One of them would have been perfect for the next up challenger for her. And I think Macy, like, since she got into the UFC, she's been calling for it. She's been overly confident with when she first got in, but I think now her feet were finally like cemented, where she had a good streak going right now. She was looking good. It was a big name, and Erin Blanchfield, if she could get past that test, then we know she could compete with Shevchenko. And for something like that to happen, it sucks for both fighters, right? It's like we always say the prize is making it to the fight night, and then you make it to the fight night, and all of a sudden something happens, goes crazy, and you just never know. I mean, I'm hoping she's okay. It looked like she was in the hospital. She's getting tested with everything. It sucks because you don't know what it is, and you don't know if it's going to be a constant thing. It's going to happen again. I hope that her team figures it out and they clear it up and they figure what's next. Obviously, I feel like when you're with the UFC, they're going to figure it out. They're going to know what happened, what went wrong, and what she needs to do to change it. But yeah, man, if I'm Blanchfield, I understand why she said I wouldn't get another rematch with her. I'm moving on past her. If I did a full camp for her, I'm not going to do another full camp for her. It makes sense. So if I'm Blanchfield, just looking up, hopefully they give her Shevchenko or something next. But I still think she's going to have to fight one more person. And I don't know who's going to be, though.
So, Ramiz, you were in the building. Oh, they probably, the way they do it is shuttled you back to the hotel. We're still getting a little scratchy audio, but let's see if we can hear you. Were you in the building? Did you see any of what was happening that night with Macy?
Can you guys hear me?
Gonna have to hang
audio
out.
is terrible.
Wait up. Hold on a second.
It may actually be. I don't love greatest of all time conversations, but this might be the worst audio of all time, right? Maybe the worst we've ever seen. Much love to you. You look great.
No, you look
great.
good, but you got the $50,000 bonus. All you need is better audio, bro.
Can you guys hear me? Dang, hold on one second. I'm so sorry, guys.
You're good, man.
Hold on. Sheesh, I don't know what's going on.
Bully, maybe text him on the side. Maybe have him, go to a little different area or something. But for Erin Blanchfield, bro, like I think about what it's like for you fighters, whether we're talking about Ramiz, who has a first round finish and wants to get right back in there. For Erin Blanchfield and even Macy Barber to an extent, it's like you put in this camp, you put in all this work. It's like Erin Blanchfield, I'd be ready to kill someone right now. She probably wants to fight this weekend.
Yeah, I mean, that's the hard part, especially like you said, like you're training for somebody for 6 to 8 weeks. That's all you're thinking about. That's all you're dreaming about. You're going through the dieting. You're going through all that. Like Macy looked bad on the scale. I don't know if that had anything to do with it. She didn't look good, but nobody ever looks great on the scale. She missed weight by half a pound, and she didn't want to continue on to try to cut the weight. So I'm assuming it was a terrible weight cut. It was a bad weight cut. But like you said, she rehydrated the right way. She did everything the right way. She's been fighting since she was like 17, 18. So like, I don't think it was anything on the end of people are like, oh, she was afraid or she was just like scared. I'm like, I felt like she's born and bred into this game. Like it's definitely a health problem. And yeah, I hope they just figure it out. Like if I'm Aaron, hopefully they try to get her rescheduled right away, right? Because you don't want to waste that camp. Because if you go sit out a little bit, then it's like, all right, let me get another camp in a couple of months, and you never know what'll happen. You could get an injury. So it's like, if you're healthy right now, I always want to fight. If I'm healthy, I always want to be in the cage. So if I'm her, I want to get right back on it, right? Don't waste that. Don't waste that camp. Hopefully try to get a next pay-per-view or get a next big card, or ask when Shevchenko's fighting, get on her card.
Yeah, right? I love it. So speaking of keeping it moving forward, dude, Baku, right? Beckon, 16 days away. I can't believe Ignacio Bahamondes will be making the walk to take on Rafael Fiziev 16 days from tonight. It's just bananas, right? So the line right now, how we doing, Ramiz? You look great.
We back. We back.
Yes,
right?
baby.
Oh, we got him.
Let's go.
There you go. Hey, I had the, my car, now that I got the bonus, I decided to like upgrade. I'm in a Lamborghini right now. I forgot to switch my Wi-Fi on.
Yeah, hey, you're allowed. It looks like beautiful interior on the roof of that Lamborghini. So, bro, I know oftentimes fighters get sort of shuttled back to the fighter hotel. Were you already gone by the time the main event began with Macy Barber and Aaron Blanchfield, or what? And they were warming up?
No. I was actually doing my media, post-fight media. I was doing the interviews, and everything like that. And I was like, hey, listen, I know this card's been full. I'll be the co-main event. It's all good,
Right?
It's no big deal. I could take 2 bonuses.
Right? Exactly. Well, so anyway, we were moving on because Belal and Ignacio Balmonte. So Nacho, you guys are both still in town. You leave Tuesday. Is that correct? Bully B wheels up to Baku, Azerbaijan.
Yeah. So it's going to be a long flight. But I'm excited for it. Never been there. I've talked to multiple people. They said, bro, that's on my bucket list. I said, really? Azerbaijan? They're like, dude, it's super nice. It's like the France of that region. And you just got to check it out. It's great hiking trails, great food, great people. So just excited to get down there and just get a feel for it, right? The jet lag is going to be terrible. But I always say this about Nacho. Like, Nacho could literally fall asleep at the blink of an eye. Like, I always look at him, fight week. Doesn't matter what day it is, anytime. He could just – his greatest attribute is he can nap at all times. So I think Nacho will be fine. For myself, I'm gonna be like awake 24/7 out there.
Well, Bully, you look great. I sneaky love that Nacho didn't go out ahead of time, right? I know at some point he was going to get out there before you, but I like that he's traveling with his boy Bully B, his mentor Bully B. That warms my heart a little bit. I'm so excited for this, bro. Fiziev like -150, Nacho +130 right now, so pretty close up there. I know Bully's like, what do you mean? Nacho going to wash him? Let's go, Nacho. But bro, I just can't believe this fight is upon us. And Nacho, right? I believe number 15. Fiziev number 7. And I know the numbers don't really matter much, but gosh, man, if he gets through this test, we're starting to talk about him among the best in the world at this weight.
Yeah, 100%, right? This is that moment. This is that moment where you take that big leap, where the people realize, all right, now you're for real. I've been saying this at the beginning, man. I never trained with anybody that has strikes like Nacho, that moves like Nacho. And this is the fight where it could all be worth it, right? This is the fight where you put it all on the line and you go out there and you shine. And I think for Fiziev, right, he's never in a boring fight himself. He comes to fight all the time. He's one of the best strikers in the UFC. So I think that this fight is tailor-made for both of these guys, right? Neither one of these guys is going to shoot a takedown. They're going to stand in front of each other. And I think it's going to be like a beautiful like play of like striking, of footwork, of movement. Of feinting, and Nacho's going to shine out there. It's going to be huge for him being on ABC. And after this fight, like I said, it's only big names after that. This is where you get the Gaethjes, the Holloways, the title contenders, right? This is where, especially with Topuria and they're fighting soon, like Nacho gets a big win over here, gets a finish against Fiziev. Who's the last guy to finish Fiziev? There's not a lot of guys that have finished him with striking.
And I was mistaken. I guess Fiziev, the number 11th ranked lightweight in the world. And Ramiz, you've certainly spent time around Nacho, being involved in this Chicago sort of landscape. What I'll say about Nacho is I hate to say it like this, but I remember when he was a boy and he's a man now. He really is because, I even wonder about his future at 155, given how big he is and given he's becoming thicker. So what have you seen for over the last couple of years evolution of Ignacio Bahamondes?
I hate sparring him. I hate that. Okay. Listen, anytime I know I got to do rounds with Nacho, I'm throwing like Belal's like, yeah, just head movement. I'm like, yeah, 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 sure. We're gonna go ahead and movement right into takedowns right now because I ain't standing with this dude. There ain't no standing with Nacho, man. I'm just being honest. Like, in my opinion, he's I mean, I've sparred several people in my life, in my career, and I'll say this: Nacho is like top 3 dudes that it's like whenever training begins, that's it. You just go, damn. Like you look around and you're just like, I don't feel too good today. Like I just kind of, it's okay. It's a cardio day today. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, dude, I believe it. Well, there have been times where Belal, I've been like, all right, dude, like be careful. I mean, there were times where Belal got a little cut here or there with some flying legs of Nacho and camps here or there, but I think we're all excited for Nacho, and I think the opportunity is just enormous in Fiziv's backyard. So, Bully, who's going? Is Mike Valley making the trip with you Tuesday as well?
Yeah. So me, Coach Mike Valle, Alberto's going. We had a deal going too, but he's got some medical issues after sparring with Nacho. So now we have to figure that out.
Dude, he's on point.
Yeah, like his last sparring day on Wednesday, I was like, bro.
Yeah.
I'm glad I'm not sparring right now.
Yeah, dude.
So Ramiz, for those of us that have never competed in professional sports, you got to just still be on cloud 9 5 days out after a first round finish and a bonus. I mean, what's it like going back to the people you care about after that?
It's humbling because my mom, she goes to me, she's like, all right, well, she's like, you still gotta take care of the house. You still gotta do this. She said, and I'm just like, damn, woman, I just won. She's like, I don't really care. She's like, it's all good. She's like, I still love you. I pray for you. But she's like, listen, you better be taking care of stuff. And I'm just like, she's right away asking me, she's like, when you getting married? When you gonna give me kids? You're making money now. So when this? I'm like, Mom, listen, just hold your horses really quick because I gotta get a couple more paychecks. I was like, women are expensive, dude.
But I'll tell you this, one of the realest things he did, he bought his mom a car like literally 2 days after doing it, right? And then he sent me the video. It was like epic. I was like, bro, that's what
it was so this time around, as soon as I got back, I had talked to a couple people over here by where I live in Rockwall, and they have a Toyota dealership, and it's just something that I always had in my mind, in my heart. And I told my baby brother, because he was cornering me, and I told him before the fight, I was like, hey, dude, I was like, regardless to what, I'm buying Mom a car as soon as we get back. And it was just, I don't know, it was just something like that where I think, I won and everything like that, but I think what put me on cloud 9 was just, watching my mom's reaction to when she got her car, and she's like, I can't believe it. She's like, because she never knew to the extent of what fighting really is and how much it could provide for you. And, I'm just now starting to see the fruits of my labor and truly enjoy it. So I'm just going to try to keep the ball rolling as much as I can, just keep my head down and keep working, training. And like I said, I think I have the best people around me. I think Belal being there, man, is like one of the best role models, period. You know what I mean? So I've been in this game for a while. There's not many people like Belal. So I think I find a connection more to Belal than I ever have towards any other fighters, anything like that. It's a very similar story that he went through, and I find a lot of similarities in it, intertwined.
I love it, bro. Well, and obviously to be able to watch Belal become the welterweight champion in the biggest promotion on the face of the earth, say no more. All right.
Hey, I'll tell you what though, man.
Yeah, go ahead.
Sleep on this guy's coaching, man.
Never, dude. Oh, I couldn't agree with that more, bro.
Don't sleep on this guy's coaching, man. I mean, he's funny as can all be. Like I remember I almost got like caught up in some submissions. He's like, oh, so it's gonna take you almost getting submitted to wake up, and I was like, damn, you're right. I was like,
but there's no question.
Don't worry about it.
But there's no question in terms of the coaching. I can't tell you how often I've watched fights with Belal and just his analytics watching the fight in terms of game plan and what should be happening. And I can't tell you how often we've watched certain fighters compete, even good friends of Belal, where he just saw paths to victory that weren't taken. So I think there's a bright future once he clears the age of 40. Maybe we'll.
One last thing. This guy was texting my brother too. He was about to FaceTime my brother to coach me too. So that's a cheat code. I mean, he was going to be the fourth person in my corner. So it's all good.
Dude, I love it. So Tom Aspinall, man, I want to watch this guy fight, and I know he's anxious to fight. I guess he's saying Jon Jones is retiring. I'll see Jon Jones next weekend, Dirty Boxing in Miami, by the way. I don't expect that I'll be getting any information about the retirement. Chael Sonnen saying that $12 million was the number. I don't know about that. I think it's probably north of that. But, Bully, we'll start with you. What would you do if you're Tom Aspinall? What do you think is going to happen with the heavyweight division?
Man, it's a rough spot to be in, right? Because you don't know what the UFC's telling. Like, you don't know what's going on behind the scenes. I don't know if the UFC's telling them to wait a little bit. We're getting close or we're not getting close. You just never know. And you don't want to be that guy that, all right, you fight somebody else and then Jon Jones comes back, or Jon Jones, all right, well, now you're fighting somebody else. So now I'm really gone. Because that would be the biggest payday you could ever have, is you against Jon Jones. Like, that's the fight that everybody wants to see. I know people are acting like, oh, we don't care about it no more, but you're going to order that fight if they make that fight, for sure. And especially if there's a chance to be at the end of the year. I think for Aspinall, it's rough, right? Because a lot of his fights end super quick. And even in that Curtis Blades fight, like close to being over a year, but that was like a minute, right? And before that, it's like you got another finish earlier in a minute. So, like, how much cage time does he actually have? And you're going to need cage time and that type of rhythm to fight a guy like Jon Jones, especially if you're doing it. So, like, I mean, Jon Jones could probably be doing tactical stuff too, knowing that type of thing. I'm sure he knows that. Like, all right, let me give it a couple more months, and then he'll be over a year, and then he only has probably like 8 minutes of cage time in his last like 5 years. And you know, Jon Jones, he's been doing it since he was a kid, so he understands it, and I think he always thinks about all these things mentally. I think that the fight will happen. I think it will happen before the end of the year, and I'm hoping it does happen. I just think it's a tactical game with Jon Jones.
I agree. Ramiz, you think we see this before 2025 closes?
You know, I had the privilege to fight on a Jon Jones card, and I can't agree more with what Belal just said. I think Jon is a very calculated human being. He plays mind games, and he's so good at it. It's even the small things that he does. So it's funny because I like to study a lot of fighters, especially great fighters. I like to just see their tendencies and see what they do. Before we went to go weigh in, Jon runs backstage. He's like, somebody give me some lotion right now. I'm about to make myself look even bigger. And I was like, I mean, he does even these small, minuscule things that people overlook, but he'll do it to get an advantage over somebody. You know what I mean? Like, that's who he is as a human being. So I would 100% agree with Belal on that. You know, when you fight Jon, you're not just fighting Jon. You're fighting his team. You're fighting who he is as a person, who he is as an athlete, the brain of Jon Jones, all in all, and those years and years of experience that trail Jon Jones. So, you know, if I'm Tom Aspinall, I'm hoping for that fight to come soon. But I think it's a cat and mouse game right now, and I think Jon is gonna fight when the time is right, because he's very, very smart. Everything is about his legacy.
And I have a feeling, Bully, that the brass at the UFC, Jon Jones, Tom Aspinall, they all probably have the information at this point, and some of them might want to release it some night. My brother John was just on the microphone at the press conference. Someone asked him, he's like, I have no information, but I think it's December. You just get the sense that the last pay-per-view of 2025 is going to be Jones Aspinall, don't you, Bully?
Yeah, like I said, especially with the ESPN deal going off, right? And then you have them come up with a new big deal. I feel like whoever that new deal is with, they announce it with the Jon Jones fight, right? They announce it with, this is where we just signed with blah, blah, and, you know, the first pay-per-view we're doing with them is Jon Jones against Tom Aspinall. Because, like, Tom Aspinall, like, I know he's playing back and forth and he's, like, talking a little bit of trash, but I think it's all just, like, out of love, out of game. Like, I don't think he's getting frustrated with it, really. I think he knows what it is. I think the UFC is, like, in his ear telling him what it is. And, yeah, I think Jon Jones wants that win. I think that if he gets that scalp on his record, like, there's nothing else. People are always going to talk no matter what. They're going to be like, they're going to wait for another next guy after that. But, like, you get this Tom Aspinall one, like, Jon Jones, mentally, he's that guy. He wants that name on his resume.
And that's it. I think that's it. I think it's gloves in the center of the octagon after that one, period, no matter what. And I don't even think he needs it. I've never looked at Jon Jones as a true heavyweight. So for me, it's almost like the cherry on top, a little bit of a bonus. If he doesn't get through Aspinall, I don't think it's going to change his legacy necessarily in the minds of many MMA fans.
Yeah, well, exactly, right? It's like people are looking at both of these guys. They're looking at Tom Aspinall, they're looking at him, and they're like, Tom Aspinall has everything to beat Jon Jones. But they've said that how many times about Jon Jones? They said this guy has it. Oh, this guy has knockout power. Jon Jones doesn't have knockout power. And then Jon Jones goes out there, finishes Stipe. And they're going to, Stipe is old. It's like they're always going to come up with excuses no matter what. And like Jon Jones don't care. I think he's at that point in his life now where none of that really matters to him. But I think internally, he just wants to be on that GOAT status that nobody could ever even become close. There's not even no other comparison to him. There's no arguments to him. He's just like, I just beat him at heavyweight. That's it. Don't even compare anybody else to me.
Dude, I'm with you. I don't like greatest of all time conversations, but if Jon Jones beats Tom Aspinall, then I'm happy to have that conversation about him. So, Bully, next week may be a little hectic for me. So I want to ask you, I'm putting you on the spot here a little bit. You look great. I'm sure you want to fight friggin' tomorrow, knowing you the way I do. So Buckley Usman next weekend. I was gonna wait to ask you about yourself till after that fight. I'm sure you're gonna have your eyes peeled to that because I know my boy's ready to get something scheduled.
Yeah, 100%. Right, like I think that's the fight that the same way where you're gonna see like a lot of dominoes falling after that. Like if Usman wins, that's the fight to make. There's no other fight that makes sense. And he looks good. He's posted videos. He's showing that he can do push-ups and stuff. So let's see what he does out there against a guy like Buckley. Right? I feel like Buckley's hungry, and I think that it's stylistically it's a tough matchup for Usman, right? Because he's been out for 2 years. Anytime you've been out that long, and then you're fighting somebody like Buckley who is hungry, who has been active, and who just he got a lot of momentum right now, and I think he got a lot of momentum, a lot of confidence. And he knows that how big this fight is, especially in this division right now. You're going to need some big names on your resume. If you lose the Usman, it's going to be tough to come back from that one. So I think that I'm excited for it, man. I'm cheering for Usman, but I think Buckley ends up pulling it off. So
Ramiz, Buckley, right? It's interesting, Bully, because I didn't really think about Buckley losing, if I'm being honest, right? I just, when the guy, he just seems as though he's on that climb up the mountain, whereas Usman, it just almost feels like an afterthought. So Ramiz, do you give Usman any shot there? And I don't mean to disrespect Usman by asking it that way.
No, listen, it's no disrespect to Usman, but there's a lot of factors that are going against him: age, time away from sport, all of these things. I can tell you one thing, coming back from a layoff, especially from an injury, it is not easy, man. Ring rust is a real thing. And the worst part about ring rust is going up against somebody that's as active as Buckley is. Buckley has something to prove right now. You have to understand, Buckley's been that guy that has been overlooked, that everybody's like, yeah, dude, you got knocked out by Alessio. You've been finished. You got mollywopped by Chris Curtis, all this stuff. And to me, right now, what it seems like, I don't know Buckley personally, but he looks like one of those dudes that is really starting to come into his own, and he's really starting to believe in himself. And a lot of that momentum, I don't think it's going to bode too well for Usman. But like I said, I mean, he surprised me in the Khamzat Chimaev fight. He came out on what, like 7-8 days notice or something like that. And Chimaev struggled against him. But I just think styles make fights, and stylistically, I think if Belal had kicked him that close quarters, I don't think it's going to be that good if Buckley could land the fresh head kick on him. It's just my opinion. No offense to Kamaru. I think his title reign and everything that he did for the sport is amazing. It's incredible. But I just think Buckley might be a little bit too much for him right now.
Yeah, I think Usman's best attribute is he knows how to make you go at his pace, right? He's like a jabber, push you to the fence, hold you there a little bit long. All right, time going. All right, back to jabbing, back to straight punching. There's nothing really fancy about it. I think Buckley he's very explosive. And it's going to be hard for Usman to, just jab his way to victory against Buckley because Buckley comes out with those wide punches. He's underneath your jab. He slips that. He comes caught, and he's powerful. And I think he's fast. He's going to be a lot faster than the guys that Usman has fought recently. And I just think that, like I said, your time away messes up with your distance, messes up with your rhythm. And to fight a guy like Buckley, who's been in there, he's been active, it's going to be rough. But like I said, Usman's been in there with the best of them, right? He understands how to fight. He understands how to win. And I think that those 5 rounds, he's going to figure out a way to make it close or even make it, reachable, attainable to make that victory catchable.
I like it. So, Bully, I think we're going to go with a game show. We're going to bring some fans in maybe to go against Ramiz. Are we ready to do this, Bully? For those of you who haven't been joined us on Remember the Show in 2025, this may be our first game show of 2025, but that is the lifeblood of this program. So, Cody, I don't even remember. I think we got some visual for it, but let's get to the game show, baby. Oh, gotta love it, Bully. All the bells. Oh, look who's on that, Horacio.
Oh, man.
Horacio, why are you wearing a shirt? Let everyone see the muscles, Horacio. What's up, brother?
Man, okay, I'd hate to do this. I didn't think Horacio would be the first one up. But Ramiz is a 2-time champion for Remember the Show. We got gift cards from Young LA. Shout out to Young LA. So for the guests, Horacio, you're considered a guest right now. You have to get 3 questions right to be in the hunt with Ramiz. But if you get one wrong, you're out of here. And
let me see.
I hate to do that to you.
Let's get it.
But these are the categories for today, guys. It's been a minute. Name scramble. These are all fighters fighting this weekend. Their names are scrambled. You just got to tell me what their names are. Unscramble the letters. Face mash. These are 2 fighter faces mashed together. So imagine 2 fighters had a baby. Tell me who it is. In a different time. These are old school fighters. We were just talking about this category the other day. They're a picture of an old fighter. You got to tell me who it is.
Love it.
And then read the emojis. So that last one is emojis. So it's fighter nicknamed based off emojis. That one, it's a muscle and it's a mouse. So Mighty Mouse nickname. So Horacio, since you're the guest, and you're the prime owner of War Room, I'll let you go. I'll let you pick the first category.
Hey, and real quick, if you know the answer, you say Bully, right? If you shout out the answer and you don't say Bully, it don't count. You got to say Bully. There we go. Rule number 1, shout Bully for the buzzer. You get the points. Yeah, whatever. Yeah, we don't need any other rules other than that. Let's go.
All right. I won face mash.
For how much points? 400?
Yeah, 400. Let's get it.
Okay, 2 fighter faces. Who are they? Ramiz.
That's Gilbert Burns and Ignacio Bahamondes.
Come on, Horacio.
Well done,
Ignacio
man.
Burns and Mondes. Oh my God, that is horrible.
Dude, what the fuck is that, Horacio?
Bro, he just said Bully. He didn't even see the picture. He just said Bully for me.
That was insane.
I'm good at A. That's why I'm the double champ.
All right, now we know how it is. Let's get it, bro.
Let's go, baby.
Ramiz, you pick the category.
Let me go. I gotta go big game hunting. Let's go in a different time for 400.
In a different time for 400. Who is this fighter?
Oh, Bully.
Ramiz.
That's James Irvin or Irwin or something like that.
I need a clear answer.
Okay.
Bro.
James Irvin.
James Irvin is correct. The fudge, Horacio.
Bro, I have no idea who is this guy.
Hey, baby, you ain't an MMA head like I am.
Do you have anybody else in the waiting room, Cody? We can bring somebody else in.
Yeah, bring me in. Woo, yeah.
Yo, Kenny, what up?
Kenny.
What's up, guys? I'm ready to go in here and win. Let's get it. What's up, Jason? What's up, Belal?
How you feeling?
Remember the name, man. Man, I feel great, man. I feel ready to win.
All right, so Kenny gets the first spot.
Let's go, boy.
We got other people waiting on the trenches.
Family,
So
baby.
if you don't get this question right, you're on the sidelines. Ramiz, pick the category.
I'm gonna do in a different time for 300.
In a different time for 300. Who is this fighter?
Bully.
Ramiz.
That's Pedro Hizzo.
The fudge, Kenny.
Bro,
What?
You're at it.
Dude, I've never even. Oh my God, the guy with the low kicks, dude. I had no idea. I can't lie. I forgot. I blanked. Am I out already?
You get to get on the sideline. We'll put Prince in right now.
there he is.
Prince.
What up, Prince? You're on mute, baby. And Square disappeared too.
I don't know how to play. What up, Jason?
What's up, baby?
Mr. Merrow, Mr. Belal, how are you guys? And
don't be trash. Like, if you're gonna come on the show, try to be good. Like, we're not here for weekend shout outs.
Hey,
Ramiz, congrats. Great fight. Like, literally amazing.
Thank you,
brother.
I appreciate you.
This is not freaking cameos here. This is a game show. You want to play or not?
Go ahead. Yeah, I'm ready. Come on.
All right, Ramiz, pick the next category.
In a different time for 200.
No more that one, bro. That one's hard. Bully. Man.
Why are you gonna say bully? You don't have no idea who this guy is. I know for a fact you don't know who this is.
Let's Gregory McDonald.
No, it's not even close.
Is that a random name?
Oh man, that's the dentist, Josh Neer. That was such a bad picture of him, dude.
What do you mean? That was a good picture. I mean, you're trash.
Come on, I'm gonna give another chance. That's a hard subject.
All right, yeah. You're wrong. You get it back in.
All right. Wait, who's picking the categories?
Ramiz gets picked because he's getting them right.
Ramiz,
try to get 3 questions right. So then you start off
I didn't get that one right, so you gotta go. You got it, champ.
All right, Kenny, we'll let you pick first.
Okay.
Next category.
Let's go. I'm good at face match. Let's go face match 200.
Face match 200. All right, guys.
Bully.
Kenny.
That's Volkanovski and Yair Rodriguez. It has
to be. Finally. The world's on the board.
Ooh, I'm nervous. Okay, let's get the nerves out. Now I'm good.
On my back end.
You got your first punch in there.
Okay. I like face match. Let's go face match 300.
Face match 300.
Bully.
Ooh.
Kenny?
Yeah, it's Armin Sarukian and Rafael Fiziev.
What? Oh! Let's go, Kenny. That was a good one. I thought that was a tough one.
Right there, too.
Oh, Ramiz is close there. Okay. Do I just destroy? All right, let's get rid of face match. Face match 100. Let's get rid of that. Bully. Oh,
Kenny.
This looks like it looks like Figgy and Patchy Mix.
Is that your final answer? Final answer.
Yes, man.
Hey, what the fuck's going on over there? You got food poisoning again?
No, hey, I said bully. This is the Illuminati working against me.
I'm gonna go read the emojis 200.
Read the emojis 200. Oh, this is a good one.
Ooh.
So what do you do for this one? You just read the emojis?
He's fighting on this card this weekend.
Fighting on this card this weekend.
Think of context clues.
Oh, bully.
Ramiz.
Patchy Mix.
What?
Because he's good on the back. Patchy Mix is good on the back.
I said his nickname. His nickname is on the back.
Oh, you gotta guess it. Oh, dude, you gotta guess the nickname.
No pipe for body bag. It was a bag.
Oh, yeah. That was obvious in hindsight.
Come on, guys. You guys are smarter than that.
Am I picking again?
I never played read the emojis. My bad.
Me too.
Okay.
I'll go name scramble 200.
Name scramble 200.
Gentlemen, not a very talented.
Below.
Belal or Bully?
It's Bully.
Bully. My bad, Bully.
Do I steal that because I said it's Bully?
I'll give it to Ramiz just because he wanted to fight this weekend.
All right, fair.
Corey Sandhagen.
Yeah, you got it.
There we go.
Pretty good scramble out of Belal. Typically,
that was a good one.
We don't always scramble him that well.
Come on, Kenny. Wake up. Let's go.
Is it me or is it him?
Ramiz, you have control of the board.
All right, let me go read the emojis for 100.
Read the emojis for 100. You got to get this one right, Kenny.
Bully.
Kenny.
I got to just guess now. Who's Irish on this card? Let's
not
go.
On this card.
Oh, let's go. Ian Gary. I have no idea.
What is that?
Bully.
Let's go, Ramiz.
That's Paul Felder, the Irish Dragon.
There we go.
Oh my God! There's no way I did that bad there.
That was soft. That was soft, Kenny. I'm in. Prince, you get back in.
I would have got that one. That one was easy.
Get the heck in there.
I was literally screaming it, but no one could hear me.
All right, Ramiz, you're in. You pick next category.
In a different time for 100. Let's just knock that one out of the park real quick. Oh, Bully.
Ramiz.
God, dude, that looks like Neiman Gracie, but oh my God, that.
Is that your final answer?
Let me see him real quick. Can you zoom in?
There ain't no zoom in. What the fuck do you think this is?
Dude, that's time. Like he ran out of time.
3,
Oh,
2,
Jesus.
1.
Yeah, I'm gonna say Hickson or Neiman Gracie.
Bro, that's Ricardo Almeida. He got a gym in Jersey.
Oh, dude, I'm sorry. Well, they all looked
Are those like old fighters?
Yeah.
In a different time. That's what a different time means.
Read the emojis for 300.
300.
No love. No love, Cody Garbrandt. Bully.
Okay, I'll let he said bully, so I'm gonna give it to Amir because you keep saying Belal. My name's not Belal, it's Bully.
My bad. I'm sorry.
It's Prince. Go ahead.
No love, Cody Garbrandt.
Wrong. Patchy Mix is no love.
That goes to me because I was gonna say Patchy Mix.
I thought isn't that Cody Garbrandt's name?
No, Patchy Mix, baby.
Dang. I got it.
Ramiz is about to be a 3-time champ, and you guys are straight up scrubs.
He's good. I didn't know Ramiz was giving me all that good. My fault.
Hey man, you sleep on me, you get slept on.
You're a good fighter. I seen that last performance. That was great.
Thank you, appreciate it, champ.
My guy.
All right, Ramiz, let's go.
All right, you know what? Go big or go home. Let's read the emoji for 400.
Come on, Kenny, wake up.
Bully.
No way he gets it. Just no way.
Bully.
Ramiz.
That is the guy that you decisioned. Vicente Luque, silent assassin.
Oh, you're good.
He's good, man. He's good. He's good.
That boy is good.
Fuck.
Who said he's not smart? Ramiz.
Yeah. Bully. Oh, that's our girl, Julianna Pena.
Oh my God! Like I'm
You're
fumbling,
just screaming,
man.
Oh.
I just don't know until like I hear it. Bully. Moral Dvalishvili.
Wait, I said bully first that time. You didn't
He's gonna smoke sugar this weekend. I'm telling you. Beats on him, Dr. J.
Bully.
Prince.
Oh.
Bully.
Last name's missing a U. Other than that, we're good.
Bully.
Penny.
Is it not? Well, I'm thinking. Wait, Kelvin Gas. Wait,
right. No U in the last name, I guess.
I was like, yeah. Where's the U?
Oh, sorry.
That's what it's all about. We like the little mistakes.
Ramiz did it again. Like we gotta have we gotta make that game show.
You gotta say the winner by what?
The winner by domination. Ramiz, Brahimaj, 3-time champ.
3-time.
Both pairs.
Triple champ, baby.
I don't know who to try to get you next. I gotta get you like somebody good. Because I tried to do it against the world. Kenny, you disappointed me.
I'm not usually this bad. It was a bad day in the office. Trust me. I guess.
Is that a Georgia flag behind you?
Loss?
Yeah, only reason I have this is because I really want Marab to like put it on sugar this weekend. But yeah, I like Marab. I'm a big Marab guy. I had the Palestinian flag for my boy Belal. Free Palestine, by the way.
Appreciate you.
Got you. Well, Belal, first of all, loved the effort, and you're a great striker. So I hope nobody's trying to clown you for going against the best striker in welterweight and putting it on him with that combo and the volume. I love you, Belal. Jason, I love you. And shout out Ramiz. Bro, that performance, bro, I was like, yo, you made, I ain't gonna lie, I'm gonna be transparent. I put money against you and I'm never doing it again. My guy. I'm being transparent, brother.
I'm so sorry to hear that, my man.
Nah, don't worry, bro. You smashed that dude and you deserve it, bro. My guy.
Doing the hard way. Now they know.
Exactly.
Next one's the best one. Appreciate you, brother.
So, boy, we're gonna make
yeah, you want a gift card, so I'm gonna send you a gift card to Young LA. I know that other stuff wasn't in the mail. You didn't get it. It got lost in transition, but this one's for sure. You're gonna get the gift card in text.
Hey, wait 1 second. I mean, ever since I never got my Crocs a couple years ago, I don't harbor any resentment or anything like that. What do you think? Maybe we've upgraded to something else now. Some Gucci flip-flops?
I got you on a good gift card. Don't worry, bro. It's coming.
Let's go, baby.
Love you, brother. You're the man.
Love you guys. I'll see you guys. Thank you so much, guys.
Congrats,
Belal's coming back. We got a lot of winning to do. I'll see you guys. Thank y'all.
See you, brother.
Bro, so are you excited to Azerbaijan? So you're saying you're not going to sleep. How long's the flight?
It's like a 12-hour flight, but they're like 9 hours ahead. So that's the hard part when I go to, it's like the same time zone as Dubai. When I go to Dubai, it takes me like 7 days to like just finally get acclimated to it and just feel like normal again. Like the first time I fought there, I'll like be walking around the hotel and I'd go to the other end of the hotel and my brother would be like walking around the hotel and like, bro, you're here too. You're up too. And it'd be like 5 a.m.
So is he obviously when you went to Manchester, you stayed on, Chicago time, right? Is he I know he can fall asleep at the drop of a hat. Is there any plan to sort of stay on any type of time zone, or is it try to get acclimated to that local time zone?
Well, I think the fight's just going to be weird. So it's going to be like, 2 p.m. Chicago time. So that's like, the prelim started at 2 p.m. He's the co-main event. So I think he'll be on probably like 5 or 6 p.m. Chicago time. But that's like 2 a.m. Azerbaijan time. So that's going to be like, it's going to have to be getting used to. But like I said, for him, he's always falling asleep. He's fine with it. Yeah. So I think that he'll be good with it. But it's just getting the adjustments going once we get down there. I think the UFC will have a good plan for him. Figuring out when they're going to sleep, what good time zone changes. The PI is very good at like helping me when I did it for the Manchester fight. So I think they'll do one for this one too.
A couple questions in here, Bully, before we get to Bully's BICKS. Someone asked there, forgive that. I think it was Mini Man MMA Man. Is next fight Usman win or lose? I don't want to answer for you, so go ahead.
No, it's only win. For me, I still put myself one fight away from fighting for the belt again. And and I think even in this division, whoever is in there, right? You have me, Ian Gary, Sean Brady, Usman, Shavkat, right? Whoever gets the next shot after, if they do Islam against JDM, somebody's gonna have to win one more. And it's gonna be, for me, I'm number one in the division right now. So like I'm the guy. I go out there and I get a win. I'm planning on fighting for the belt again. So I'm going to say Usman only because I feel like the buildup will be good. It makes sense based off of, our back and forth. But if he loses, it doesn't make sense at all. He's on a 4-5 losing streak if he loses.
And if he gets through Buckley, he changes his whole trajectory. Usman. So I agree with you. But ultimately, bro, it really is interesting. We talk about the dominoes falling in the welterweight division after your fight with JDM. And it really is for you. It really is like a waiting game because it's not going to surprise me at all if your next opponent is neither Buckley or Usman. Like even if Buckley wins, I don't know. For some reason, I don't feel like that's your next opponent. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like, I just don't feel like Joaquin Buckley's next for you for some reason,
Yeah. I feel like, if Buckley wins, then it'll be like, then it's going to be interesting to see how the tables turn, right? Because when is Shavkat coming back? When is Ian? I know Ian and Brady were talking, but I don't know if they're going to fight each other. And then if Buckley wins, is he going to want to do a quick turnaround, or does he think that he's going to sit on the sidelines? But yeah, for me, I'm at the top of the ladder now, so I got to win one more, then I go up that rung one more time.
Yeah.
And it's just all about making myself healthy, getting back in there, and then just getting this taste out of my mouth.
So this just popped into my head, and I don't like putting you on the spot. You don't have to answer it, but knowing you the way I think I know you want to be active, right? So let's say Brady and Ian Gary are going to fight, right? One of those two guys, it makes more sense to me than Joaquin Buckley for you right now, even coming off a win. But knowing you, right, it probably will depend on who's ready. A lot of people, Shavkat probably ain't going to be ready till 2026. That fight makes a ton of sense, you versus Shavkat. But if he ain't going to be ready, you want someone, right?
Oh, yeah, for sure. Like, we're going to be fighting before the end of this year.
Yeah, exactly.
1,000%. Like, I'm like peeking at the Chicago card, right? I'm looking at that card and thinking, all right, what I got to do to get healthy. But for me, like I said, getting this win, Nacho win out the way, by that time, that other fight will be done. I think there will be other fights scheduled. We'll know where the tables are falling. We'll talk with the UFC, talk with Hunter and them, and then see what's next and see which one.
I love it. I love you just said peak at the Chicago card. See, and I know you're 100% serious, right? And I'm not a doctor, right? But what is June 5th, right? August 19th or whatever it is, August 16th. Let's go, right? I know my boy ready to go. My boy wants to fight for International Fight Week. I love it. All right, Cody, when you get a chance, show the green screen. Let's get to Bullies BICKS. I'm all fired up. So Belal's in Chicago. I'm in Los Angeles. Neither one of us in Newark, New Jersey. That's all right. Whatever. We could. It's one of those pay-per-views we could just skip unless you're fighting Gilbert Burns. What a night that was. All right. So 3 BICKS as normal. We're not going to make you pick the co-main event because we know Julianna Pena is a teammate. We're going to talk about that. And we know you know Kayla Harrison too. So we'll get to that one. But the first BICK, Mario Bautista, Patrick Mix. 135 pounds. It's Patchy Mix minus 180, Batista plus 150. That's what I saw most recently. So Mario Bautista, pretty confident at the press conference today. He's the 10th ranked bantamweight, 15-2 as a pro, 9-2 in the UFC, won 7 straight. It's the second longest active win streak at bantamweight behind the champ Merab Dvalishvili. Batista's last win, a split decision win over Jose Aldo. That was a UFC 307, October of last year. He's got 9 finishes in his 15 wins, 6 by sub, 3 by knockout. But he gets the decorated problem that is Patchy Mix coming over, UFC debut, also on a 7-fight winning streak. I know you know him well, 20-1 overall. His only loss was to Juan Archuleta. That was in September 2020. Big finishes in championship spots over Rafael Stotts and Sergio Pettis, both of those in 2023. Former Bellator champions, which he is one of, are 6-4 when making their UFC debut. Most recently, Patricio Pitbull lost to Yair Rodriguez. That was a UFC 314. This should be a great fight. Sometimes I feel like big fights like this, when they're only 3 rounds, it's like, whoa, you boys better be ready to go. Dying to know where you go here. I know you know Patchy Mix well. I don't know how well you know Batista. Give me a BICK. Talk to me about this bantamweight fight.
Yeah, this was interesting, right? Like, those odds are crazy. I think Patchy Mix should be a way bigger favorite, if I'm being honest. When I look at the guys he's fought, the level of competition he's fought, I think he's fought a higher level of competition. Mario's been in there recently just with Jose Aldo. Obviously, Jose Aldo's the man, but I just think I was there for that fight. I thought he fought him the way that, to eke out that victory. It was just a tough fight for him. It was still a split decision. When I look at it stylistically, I think Patchy's just so good, man. He's so strong. I've grappled with Patchy. His jiu-jitsu is another level. Like when I feel like when guys go with him and when bantamweights go with him, they realize, oh, he is that guy. That's his style. So like for a guy like Mario, who used a little bit of his grappling against Aldo, pushing him against the fence, keeping on the fence, I don't think he's gonna be able to do that against Patchy. I think if he plays that game with Patchy, Patchy's gonna jump a guillotine or make it a scramble or shoot on him and take him down. And if you get your back, it's over. I think Patchy's even got better on the stand-up, right? Like you said, he's knocked out my boy Rafian, who I think should be in the UFC himself. He's so good. He's so talented. He caught him early with the knee. I just think that he's just growing. And I think guys are so afraid of his jiu-jitsu now that it's going to open up his striking. Kind of like how you saw with Oliveira, where sometimes he gets reckless with his striking. He'll throw flying knees, throw crazy punches, and he gets knockouts because guys are like so worried about getting taken down by him and hitting the ground with him. I love Patchy being in the UFC now. I'm excited to see him in the UFC. I think that he's going to win this fight. He's going to make a statement. And I think a win here could get him a title shot next, right? I know him and Merab train together. I don't know if Merab has addressed it at all or anything like that, but he's a guy that I've always felt like I wanted to see him in the top 5 of the bantamweights. The bantamweight division is one of the best divisions in the world. And I think Patchy belongs in there with these guys.
I agree with you, bro. I want to say that the line was minus 166 when they recorded the Anik and Florian podcast earlier in the week. So apparently some money has come on Patchy Mix. Brian Petrie, a handicapper on the program, put all 3,000 of his dollars on Patchy Mix straight.
Oh, did he?
I don't work for the promotion, so I can say this. I'm going to be shocked if I wake up Sunday morning and Batista has gotten through Patchy Mix. Patchy said at the press conference, "I'm looking through you." to Batista, and I believe him. In terms of the next title shot, I really think it's interesting. I'd like to think that it's not going to matter who wins, whether it's O'Malley or Merab, but I would be surprised if Sandhagen isn't getting that opportunity next, even if Patchy Mix finishes Batista in round 1.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's going to be the loudest one in the room, right? I think Sandhagen needs to get out there, and he's doing more with his social media, right? And
he's hilarious, bro.
He's hilarious, right? He's getting out there, and I think that he's finding his niche. Beforehand, he was doing more technique stuff, and nobody really cared about it. But now these funny videos, people are starting to pay attention. I think it's kind of like what happened with Merab when people started paying attention to him more when he started doing the funny videos. So he's hilarious. Like, of course, like if it's O'Malley, him and Sandhagen would be one of the best fights that you could make, and there's not a better fight than that stylistically to make. I just think that Patchy Mix, he got a lot of hype, and like you said, he's confident right now, and he's talking a lot, and he's saying, "I'm going to walk through you." Right? UFC likes that type of style, and he goes out there and he finishes a guy like Batista, and then he gets on a mic and he has a Michael Chandler promo. Who knows?
Well, you're right. Yair Rodriguez is very likely getting this next title shot versus Volkanovski instead of Movsar Evloev, who's won 9 in a row. And I'm sure the purist in you, even though I know your team Yair and he's part of your camp, I'm sure you think about Movsar Evloev from time to time.
Yeah, 100%, right? Because I was right there, and it sucks, but that's the business we play, right?
Yep. All right. Second pick. I love Patchy there. Good luck, Batista. All right. Kelvin Gastelum, 3-1 dog versus Joe Pyfer, -380. This was supposed to go down in Mexico City on March 29th. Joe Pyfer got sick. They'll do it again. Closer to home for Joe Pyfer. Just a quick trip to Philadelphia. Betting line, I think, is pretty similar as it was then. Definitely should be the toughest test for Joe Pyfer in his middleweight career against Kelvin Gastelum. Fought everybody. Fought Adesanya for the interim championship. 20-9 overall, 13-9 in the UFC, won no contest. 2 straight wins at middleweight for Gastelum, actually. Chris Curtis and Daniel Rodriguez. Lost a welterweight fight to Sean Brady, sort of sandwiched in between. The D-Rod fight was June of last year, so been almost a year for KG. Same can be said for Pyfer, who bounced back from his loss against Jack Hermanson with a first-round knockout of Marc-Andre Barrio. That was UFC 303, June 29th of last year. Pyfer, 13-3 as a pro, 4-1 in the UFC. This actually surprised me. His first main card appearance on a UFC pay-per-view. But he's exciting, man. 92% finish rate, wearing a tight suit at the presser today. Dean Thomas will be in his corner, which I think is interesting. You know, Dean Thomas, very, very calculated and discriminatory in terms of who he corners, right? Corners Jillian Robertson, corners Brady, and now sort of that Philadelphia connection, but he'll be there for Pyfer. He made the trip to Mexico City just for Joe Pyfer and didn't end up cornering him because he didn't fight. But should be a banger. Gosh, I think Pyfer gets through Gastelum here. What do you like?
Yeah, man, this is a tough one for Gastelum, especially with his latest run, right? Thinking that he's going to go down to 170. You fight Joe Pyfer's teammate Brady, basically dominated him, and then he's like, all right, well, I'm going to go back up to 185 now, and now you're fighting Pyfer, who has crazy knockout power, but he's not a bad grappler too, right? He has wrestling, he has grappling, and I could also see him just taking Kelvin down and controlling him on the ground. We know Kelvin got a chin. He's tough. He's tough as nails. He's been through wars. He's been in there with some of the best guys in the world. I just think that he just doesn't have like the same motivation, or he just doesn't have the same like outlook that I feel like he used to. He doesn't have that same hunger. Sometimes, man, being in like those moments where you're so close to winning the belt and then you lose it, and then all of a sudden, like you keep chasing that. I could have been, and then like you never get there again. I think that the Izzy fight was one of those fights, right, where that was such a great fight and it could have went his way, and then he's just never got the same guy. You never got that same type of level of Gastelum since that fight. And I think for Pyfer, he's people are talking about he got fraud checked against Hermanson. I don't think it was fraud checked. I think it was just a tough fight, right? Hermanson fought it very smart. He played defensively. He moved a lot. Gastelum's not going to move a lot. I think he's going to stand right in front of him. And I think if Pyfer lands one of those big bombs, it may be the first time we see Gastelum go out.
In a body bag, perhaps.
Yeah.
All right. So before we get to the final pick, I said we're not doing the co-main event. But man, we got to talk about. We may talk more about the co-main event on a fight that we don't pick. Julianna Pena defends against Kayla Harrison. Obviously, you know Julianna well, the Mike Valley connection. You cornered her in her second championship win against Raquel Pennington. That was back in October, UFC 307. Kayla has been a guest and a winner on Remember the Show multiple times. We rooted for her to get to the UFC. We've been rooting for her since she's been in the UFC. She hasn't fought your teammate. But Kayla, gosh, I mean, you and Kayla had a bet. I said this a couple weeks back, but you and Kayla had a bet on that fight with Amanda Nunes versus Julianna Pena, and she had to sing karaoke on our show when Pena beat Nunes. So, man, I like both of them a lot as people too, right? They're very different people, but I really like both of them a lot. Betting line is enormous, right? Kayla Harrison, I'm seeing minus 750. Julianna Pena plus 525. In 2021, Amanda Nunes was minus 800. Pena came back at plus 500, if my research is accurate. But, bro, Julianna shocked the world before. It's not going to totally shock me if she drags us into deep waters. I just want to know, sort of maybe talk about what Julianna can do to win and what Kayla can win and what you're expecting without maybe making a pick.
Yeah, I mean, I think people, they continue to disrespect Julianna. And they'll say whatever they want to say about her. They could say that she is not the prettiest striker. She's not the prettiest grappler. But they can't question her heart. They can't question her mentality. They can't question, honestly, her balls, right? Like, she's one of those women that all skill out the window. Like, I'll pick her if you're looking at who has the most dog in them, and out of any one of these women, I'm going to pick Julianna over any one of these girls that have ever fought, right? Her mentality is different. She'll go in there, she'll get beat up. You could beat me up for 5 rounds, and man, I'm still standing. You didn't put me to sleep. I put you to sleep, right? She'll talk. She'll talk that talk. Then I think a lot of her talking comes from just the disrespect that she gets, right? She's a 2-time champion, and now she's still a plus 500 underdog. It's crazy. I've seen her work. I've seen how hard she works. She works super hard, and it's not a lot of natural talent. It's a lot of hard work. It's a lot of just pushing herself, persevering, having that chip on her shoulder. Stylistically, if I'm looking at this fight, I'm looking at Kayla, and you're thinking, oh, Kayla could get her down. Yeah, Kayla could get her down, but could she get her down for 5 straight rounds? Could she get her down when Julianna's hitting her in the face? Could she get her down when now it starts getting a little bit dirty, right? Julianna loves to be in that dirt. She loves to fight in the freaking trenches. And for Kayla, we've seen her. She's uncomfortable in the trenches. She's uncomfortable if she can't get the takedown. We've seen her in her last fight in PFL where she got hit a little bit and she didn't like it. And I think for Julianna, she lives in that type of world. She lives in the chaos. So it doesn't matter even if Kayla mounts her for the first round. Julianna's going to get up in the second round, and she's going to be ready to go again. And a lot of the girls that fight Kayla, I think they just mentally break, right? They see the muscles, they see the judo, they get thrown, and they just, all right, well, you got me. Take my arm. Do this. It's yours. But you're not going to get that for Julianna. Julianna's going to fight her for 5 straight rounds. Julianna's going to fight her until that bell rings. And I don't think Kayla's going to be able to go as deep as Julianna. Julianna's going to go a lot deeper than her. And people sleep on Julianna's hands, but like I said, she rocked Amanda before she choked her. It wasn't just a random caught her in a transition. No, she rocked her, dropped her, then choked her. And I think if she catches Kayla, she's going to put her to sleep.
Dude, the betting line to me, despite Kayla's physique and what she's achieved and the gold medals and everything else, and even what she's been a more dominant MMA fighter, but the line just still feels a little bit off. Beautifully laid out by you. I agree with every word of it. All right, moving on to the main event. Merab Dvalishvili minus 285 defending against Sugar Sean O'Malley plus 230. So Merab making his second defense of his bantamweight title against the man he defeated for the belt in the first place, Sean O'Malley. So Merab, just to rewind back, right, suffers back-to-back losses to begin his UFC career in 2017, 2018, right? 12 straight since. Gotta love it. Only fighter with a longer active win streak inside the octagon, Islam Makhachev. In his last appearance against Umar, had 7 takedowns, past GSP for the most takedowns in UFC history. I mean, it's just unbelievable what this guy's putting on paper. Vegas seems to finally be putting some respect on Merab's name. The line is big to me when I see that plus 230 next to Sean O'Malley's name. And I know you picked Sean to beat Aljo back in Boston, right? So this fight just really interesting to me. It's a huge opportunity for O'Malley, right? No social media, no video games, no cannabis. We know all about that. He's got a new baby boy. So that first fight, right? Merab, 10 minutes of control time, right? Outstruck him almost 2-1. but I think he's getting a better, healthier version of O'Malley here. O'Malley can become the third two-time champion in the men's bantamweight division, along with Dominic Cruz and TJ Dillashaw. You know, O'Malley believes he's an all-time great. And in this sport, right, if you want to support that narrative and you take care of Merab Dvalishvili here, I think people may be talking about him as an all-time great. Fascinated to see who you're picking here. O'Malley, Dvalishvili, 2. Talk to me. Who do you like?
Yeah, I think we're going to get a different fight, honestly. I think it's going to be, once you get in there and you get a feel for a guy like Merab, stylistically, right? Beforehand, it's like, oh, how's his wrestling? What's he going to do? What's his cardio like? I think now that O'Malley got a feel for it, he understands what he's going to do, how he does it, what worked for him that first fight, right? I know he came out early. He started throwing punches to the body. But in the later rounds, he started throwing that push kick to the body, and it hurt Merab a little bit. You saw it attack the body a little bit. And I think that with this fight, O'Malley's going to be a lot smoother with his footwork. He's going to be a lot smarter with his footwork, and he has some of the best footwork, and he still has that one-punch knockout power. I wouldn't say that he took, you know, when you're winning like O'Malley was winning and he was so good and he was, you know, dominating guys and coming off that big win against Cheeto, you get a little bit overconfident. I don't think that he was looking past Merab in that fight, but I felt that he thought like all I got to do is land one. He's going to go to sleep. I think this fight, he's going to come in a little bit more calculated. He's going to come in with a smarter game plan, even if he gets taken down. There wasn't a lot of, let me try to get back up in that first fight. I think this fight, he probably worked some new ways of trying to get up, getting back to his feet. Merab's good at taking a lot of guys down, but he's not good at holding you down. I think and he's not really great at submissions, right? If O'Malley gets back to his feet, all it takes is a little bit of space to catch that one punch. All it takes is a little bit of space to land that right hand or left hook. And I think if he comes out here with that type of mindset of getting up and not just waiting on the ground and remember in that fight too, where his coach like, let's just get through this. Like it felt like it was one of those like, if there was an injury or was something going on, or mentally he was just like checked out. But I think this time he's more locked in. He seems in it. But Merab's just a tough guy, right? He has more confidence in the world right now too. I think fighting a guy like Umar, winning that fight, such a close fight, that had to put him levels above mentally where he was, right? Like that, I think put him 30%, the championship level. A lot of these guys achieve once they win the belt. I think that win over there got him there. He acts like Umar wasn't a tough test for him, but it was. I could rewatch the fight all day. They're so close and level that it was just crazy how good they were tactically. And I think with this fight, Merab's going to do the same thing. He's going to come out and do what he always does, right? But I think it comes down to him having to be perfect defensively. And understanding that don't get wild, don't get way too cocky, putting your hands down, looking for the crowds to cheer, because O'Malley, all he needs is one. Don't look away, get up, kiss him on the back, and look away. Where if Herb Dean wasn't there, you could get caught, right? There's all these little things right now that you could look back to, all those mistakes in the first fight, that you can't make those same mistakes this one. This one, I think I'm still picking Merab. Just stylistically, it's just a tough matchup, but like, I wouldn't be surprised if O'Malley gets a finish.
It's so hard to pick against Merab when you're forced to make a pick, but it's interesting. We were sitting with O'Malley's family in Boston, and actually we were there sitting with them until the main event, and then we had to go do our broadcasting work. But his family, they were such good, nice people. Like, it was such a good vibe as we described sitting there. And so for me, Sean O'Malley getting back to that vibe, that's really what it feels like, not dyeing his hair. And to me, forget the weed, right? It's mostly about the social media stuff, right? His coach, Tim Welch, was talking about they would show up somewhere and to train, and O'Malley's focus was, oh, this would be great for content, right? And so for that to sort of, and you know the content game, Bully, that does get into the back of all of our minds in this world sometimes. So I just think Sean is at a uniquely different place. I think that through the hip surgery, right? Core looking strong. What do we see from Mike Collins? Didn't see anything in the first fight that would make you think the second would be any different. O'Malley gets smothered and wrestled to death. I hear you, Mike. Kenny agreed. You know, gun to my head, I'm taking O'Malley, if I'm being honest with you, and Ray will kill me and Merab will kill me. I just think Sean is just really primed, and at this, it's not going to surprise you at all if Sean wins, despite you picking Merab.
Yeah, I mean, I know he said that he saw nothing in the first fight, but there is a lot in that first fight where you can look at it and be like, all right, one move here, one get up here. That fifth round, he had Merab hurt. I think he's going to come out here more confident now. Like, too, even when I say, like, even Pereira, when he was overthinking the takedown when he fought Ankalaev, I think he's going to be more confident this time. I think for O'Malley, it's going to be more confident because he knows it's do or die, right? You're not going to get another title shot if you lose this one. So you have to come out here and you just got to leave it all out there. There is no what ifs. There is no I should have did this or I could have did that. It's like clear all that out of your mind. If we get taken down, we're going to get up. Expect to get taken down. Expect to stand up, and then expect to knock him out. And I think if he comes there with that mentality, you'll see a more confident O'Malley. Like even when he walked out at the spear, it was different, right? That whole production was weird. Coming out there was weird. You're seeing yourself. I think that he's going to be more in a different zone this fight too, right? Because it's a normal arena. It's a normal thing now. It's like, all right, I've been here with him before. It's okay. And O'Malley, all he has to do is land one punch. That's all he has to do.
You know, and O'Malley did talk about leading up to the fight at the Sphere, almost that he was an afterthought, that it was all about the event and the venue, that it wasn't even necessarily about the fighters and the lead up. And I just think O'Malley's at a very different place. I think of Merab, I think he needs to fight his smartest fight he's ever fought, I think, in this spot, because I think he's just going to get a more dangerous. O'Malley, we won't be in the building, but we'll be watching it. Bro, it's already Friday in Baku, is it not? I mean, there we go. Appreciate the love from Pakistan. I wonder if those are the guys that designed those Bully champ jerseys, by the way. Some of them still available. Check Bully's Instagram for that. What else you got? This will probably get skipped, but I do want to ask, what's a key staple in Chicago that everyone has to visit other than the legendary Bean?
You got to visit the stairs. Swallow Cliff is the legendary stairs. That's where everybody goes to work out. So go visit the stairs. You'll probably see us there and get a good workout.
I love it. Belal, when are you doing the A Day in O Block vlog? Oh, a day in O Block. Sorry. Hey, well, no, hey, Bully B YouTube channel is going to be launching very soon. A lot of vlogs on the comeback of Bully B. He's going to smash whoever's next and then fight for a belt. We know it, but we got to get out of here. Buck 10 on the clock already, but we appreciate you joining us on Remember the Show. Should be back next week. A lot of moving parts. Wheels up to Baku. Let's go, Nacho. Mad love to everyone on Team Muhammad. We appreciate you all. We'll see you next Thursday. For Belal Muhammad, Cody Merrow in the back. My name is Jason Anik. We'll see you next Thursday. Peace.